Our next guest from Portland, Oregon, specializes in both residential and investment properties. Please welcome to the show for the very first time, Elisha Alcantara. She is a principal broker owner with Encompass Realty. Hi, Elisha. Welcome to the American Dream.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. We're so happy to have you. So since our viewers have yet to really meet you, this is the first time, can you tell us all how you started down the path of real estate?
Yeah, so for me, it happened in my personal life first. I was actually in my early 20s when I bought my first house. And I remember I was always like the practical person. So when my husband wanted to, or my then boyfriend wanted to marry me, I threatened him with spending a lot of money on a ring because I wanted a house first. So that's how I got started in this. Was I made sure we had a house, and we actually bought a new build in Vegas about a year before the market imploded. So it was good times.
Okay. So what lessons did you maybe learn from those first few personal real estate transactions?
Well, so in that situation, we ended up moving to Oregon. My husband was working for Lehman Brothers at the time, and he was one of the first round of layoffs. So we moved to Oregon and kept the property. It ended up going into foreclosure, but we set ourselves up once we got here to be able to buy a house. I bought our second house here in Portland. And in that transaction, we actually came to find that one walking around the neighborhood and running into some neighbors who were like, don't go look at that for sale by owner down the street. It's, a total junker, which for me, I'm like, well, I have to go see this house now. And we went in, and it was older. It smelled like cigarette smoke, but the bones and the layout were amazing. And on top of everything, the neighborhood was phenomenal, and we knew that we wanted to be there. So for us, we learned lots of valuable lessons. Number one, we didn't get knocked down during the first time when, things happened. We figured out how to regroup and get back into the real estate game, because I really believed that's where true wealth would come from, and security. And then number two, being able to have a vision to see what this home could be. We got a really great deal on our second home when we came to Oregon. And, we did a real light rehab on it and ended up selling it a few years later when the market turned around, and making $100,000 on it, more than we had ever had. I remember I took a picture when the money hit my bank account. I knew I was going to pay off debt, but I was like, oh my gosh. And it was actually that transaction, after we paid off debt, I took what was left of that and I bought my first flip house here. So I learned a lot in my first couple of years, personally and professionally.
Wow, what an amazing story, actually. Is there anything that scares you with regard to real estate? Because it feels like you've been through it all.
I've been through a lot. I mean, you got the snippet, 60 seconds of what I went through. Once I actually entered into my professional real estate journey, I really went down this road so I could have some freedom to be with my kids. I really loved real estate. I wanted to provide an exceptional client experience, something that I wasn't getting here. And I remember telling my husband, I'm going to get into real estate. I know we've done these transactions. I'm good at it, and I'll do it part-time just so I can be home with the kids. And every time I told him that, he would just roll his eyes because he knows how I am. And here I am 4 years later. I own, 5 companies: real estate, property management, construction, flip houses, build. I don't know what scares me. I haven't found it yet. And it doesn't mean that things don't come my way that are challenging, but I just show up each day and get through them. I'm actually working out some pretty big deals right now. I'm looking to build an apartment building and build our dream home. And I tell people, I'm like, the bank hasn't told me yes yet, but I just wake up every day and act as if they have, and it will happen. So not sure what scares me at all at this point.
I love it. You're optimistic and you keep moving forward. And yeah, part-time, I don't think so with your type of drive. But before we let you go, I know you have a ton of listings, but there's one today that you're going to mention. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we have an awesome house that we just renovated. We actually bought it on online auction. It's in an amazing neighborhood. It's 4,000 square feet, so huge. And it's actually the first one where I let my husband kind of take the lead on doing the project management. Huge budget, over 6 figures, really updated it for what the neighborhood calls for. And we're really excited to have brought this house on the market. It's on an oversized lot with a pool. And as our weather patterns change here in the Portland area, a pool is becoming more and more important. So it looks beautiful. It's amazing. I would move into it myself. So really happy to find a new owner for that property.
Wonderful. Well, Elisha, thank you so much. It's no wonder you're so successful in what you're doing. Loved having you on and hearing your story. So Elisha Alcantara, everyone, thank you.
Thank you.
And stick around. We'll be right back.